Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So, whether you all know it or not, this is actually going to be Roundhill week for the channel. Wednesday, of course, we get the Roundhill dividends, but we have a very special event happening tomorrow. We actually have the Roundhill Fund Manager coming on the channel. So get ready for that. I'm going to actually create that live stream right after I'm done with this. So as a good sort of pregame for that discussion, of course, I'd like you all to submit all of your questions you have in advance, submit them in the Discord sub-thread for Roundhill. But I'm also going to review a subscriber's portfolio who happens to be invested in Roundhill. And this will be, a good segue into our discussion tomorrow with Dave Massa. So let me go into Discord here. Um, so he goes by Coffeeholic for Life, and I promised him I would do a review. So he said, going to add RDTE this Tuesday, plan on getting rid of YBIT for the second week dividend payers. Portfolio totals 30K. He's using 8K in margin limit. Ooh, margin, huh? Set on Robinhood, which margin with Robinhood is a lot less expensive, to my knowledge. So he's currently making over $2,000 per month in dividends. So he's in the 2K club, I guess. I don't use all these tags yet. I guess I'd be in the 5K club, but I'm kicked out of there, so can't be in that. Even though I really am 5K a month. Portfolio set on maximum aggression into high yield funds. My goal is to reach 10K monthly dividends. After that, I plan on using my 10K dividends to buy funds that will help balance portfolio NAV like REITs, stocks, ETFs that offer both growth and dividends, Coca-Cola, JEPQ, Home Depot, many others. So that's cool. What I would actually like for you to do is to maybe hop on Discord, or when I do my next Discord live show, which I know I haven't consistently been doing, but next time I do one, I'd like to talk to you and find out, what your goals as an investor are, what your time horizon is, and things like that. But let's look at what you submitted here to us for review. So you've got right now $24,933 in estimated dividends. So that's about a little over 2,000 a month, almost 2,100 a month. So your dividends right now are coming from IWM, or hold on, it looks like IWMY, QQQY, which those are Defiance funds, which Defiance, little iffy sometimes. Misty, Coney, Ulti, NVDY, YBIT, Clip, YBTC, and QDT. So you've got QDTE. Ulti, I don't know about. Let me ask you all, do you all think if I point out, if a fund is down and I point out that it's down, does that mean I'm like disloyal to the fund manager? I was just wondering because I don't believe that to be the case. I call that stating facts. But Misty, Coney, so you've got YieldMax, Ulti. I would assume that this is just like a dividend portfolio. I would assume you have like other assets and stuff like that. I'd like to actually do a whole comprehensive review for you. But as far as dividends, I mean, it's paying you 2,000 a month on 30,000. That's a very good dividend yield. So Ulti's your biggest holding, and then Coney's your second biggest, QDTE, NVDY, IWMY, Misty, YBTC, Clip, QQQY, and YBIT. Okay, so you've got, let's see, hold on, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You've got 10 funds. Okay, so as a dividend portfolio, you can't complain about like the yield on cost, so to speak, or, your percentage yield based on, you said 30,000. So that would be, let's see, to give the exact number here. So 24,933.20 divided by 30,000 is an 83% dividend yield, which I want to say you said that somewhere in here, or maybe the program itself actually said that. So you're using 8K in margin, portfolio total's 30K. So your margin is not all that bad compared to what I see out there. Your margin, you're not like maxing out your margin. But I would need to know in terms of like, percent of total net worth, if you're comfortable sharing all that, of course. I would need to know some more details. So I'd like to follow up with you through Discord and do, a more comprehensive review. Let's see here. Ulti the wild child. Yeah, like the running joke with Jay. Why Ulti no go up, right? Still hold 2K shares. Do you know what the TTL return is for QDTE since inception by chance? Let me see. Let me do this actually. I'm going to share. I do have that answer. Let me share the spreadsheet with you. Okay, so that's pretty much going to end that portfolio review there. Um, I would say we need some further details before I make a final render a final verdict, so to speak. Um, as far as the question that was asked, let me go and pull up this spreadsheet over here. It's going to be over here. And again, we'll be focusing on this on Wednesday because this is what we talk about on Wednesday. So, what he asked was for QDTE. He meant QDT. He said QTDE, but he meant QDTE. Okay, so let's go look over here. I happen to update this every week, so I have these answers. Um, okay, so XDTE. Um, QDTE. The number I have is 17%. So the way I'm getting this number is I'm taking all the weekly dividends here, which we have like almost 25 weeks, almost a half a year of dividends, which is hard to believe. I'm taking them, I'm adding up the total, and I'm dividing it by the original share price. So based on the original share price, I'm getting this 16.53%. Now, if I was to base this on the current share price, which is misleading because it's going to make it higher. If I based it on, of course, U51 instead of U28, then actually it doesn't make it that much higher. It makes it 2% higher. But anyway, so that's the actual return that I have. Let me see if that was actually the S&P XDTE. I can do both. I have both of them. See, I come prepared, whether you all think so or not. Um, total return since inception. So that's it. I gave you that one. I'll give you the other one because I just so happen to have both here. I guess I'll start tracking three because we're actually going to have pretty soon dividends for RDTE as well. So by all means, for you all, get your questions ready for Dave Massa of Roundhill because we're going to have a pretty awesome discussion tomorrow. So let's now he wants to see XDTE, which is awesome because I just so happen to have the perfect answer for that because I'm prepared. Okay, so XDTE, I've got 11.07%. And again, this number is formulated by adding up or summing up all the weekly dividends since inception, which is in this spreadsheet cells Q3 to Q26, and then dividing that by cell U3, which happens to be the original share price. So with XDTE, there's basically almost no NAV erosion at all. We're like $1.50 less. So it's 11.07%. Now, if I was to take this and then U26 over here, it doesn't make that much of a difference. If we based it on that, it's like not even half a percent. So it's 11% is your answer. As far as the actual dividends, it's 31.5% as of last week on the trailing, the rolling average, 41.51% here. As far as total dividend dollars that have been paid out over here, this would be over, let's see, how many weeks? We've got 24 weeks now, so 2 more weeks, it'll be half a year. It's $7.66 based on the share price of 46.35, which was the original here. XDTE has now paid $5.87 over 24 weeks, so it's an average of a quarter a week. So they're not just putting their 2 cents in, they're putting like their 25 cents in. For this week, 24 weeks, 32 cents on average. And as you all know, that would be my prediction for what it's going to be the next week because I take the rolling average, a very, very advanced Excel formula. I take an average, and then based on the average, that's what I make the prediction for the next week as being. Typically, that lowballs it. Typically, it's been a lot higher. Okay, he's got a formula here. Total TTL, dividend plus current price divided by, oh, you're trying to throw me curveballs. I only pay attention to the 8 ball, no curveballs. But anyway, let's see. I gave you like 2 answers and you keep coming up with these other questions. Dividend plus current price divided by inception price. Sorry, that's as good as it's going to get for now. I don't know if I have that one. Anyway, Ben Melson said, "Good job on getting all these interviews." Yeah, thank you. Turns out fund managers, they like to come on to a level-headed channel. We're not telling people to do crazy things, max out their margin. We're not claiming to, want to get 30,000 a month in dividends because we have growth portions of our portfolio that are also, giving us very nice returns. I'll put it this way, I'll take 40% returns a year, 30% returns a year over 30,000 in dividends because that number, like in a 401k that grows to like half a mil, that percentage return is going to be a lot higher on that. And that's money that, just keeps compounding, just keeps snowballing. And then you take out what you need. So that's that. That is pretty much going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord. And by all means, join Discord. Ask your questions for Dave Massa for Roundhill. We want to have a very, very good, very informative discussion. And we will see you all tomorrow. I believe we're going to start at 5 o'clock. In fact, let me confirm the time before I end it here with you all fine folks. Let me confirm the time with him tomorrow. So the time is going to be, let's see here. We were gonna do September 2nd, then he had to push it back. Of course, he's a man in demand, as they say. Um, oh, you know what? We're gonna run into the same conundrum that we ran into last time. Let me see if I can push him back to 6 o'clock, actually, because unfortunately, Andre on our podcast, the one time slot that he's not available in a 24-hour day is 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm supposed to have him at 5 o'clock. I'm gonna try to move him back to 6 o'clock if I can. Um, So that's what we'll do. If he can't move it, then I'll just do my channel. Um, because of course I come first. I know that sounds very selfish of me, but I did get the interview after all. Anyway, I'm kidding a bit. I want to accommodate the podcast too. But that's what we're going to be at as far as time frame. I'll try to move him back for an hour. Let me take some other questions here. Oh, we got a sorry for all the tough questions. I like them. I just don't quite understand. Can you specify in this one? Do you know what the TTL? Oh, I answered that one. So TTL. So dividend plus current price divided by. What do you mean divided by? Oh, I can do that. I can actually do that. But it'll have to probably be in another video. Do you want the sum of dividends plus the current price divided by the inception price? Because I have a lot of those formulas in the spreadsheet already. Like, let me show you. This might be along the lines of what you're looking for here, because I'm kind of a math geek like this too. Let me show you real quick. So what I track over here, this number, I'm tracking the declining of the share price over here. I track the percent yield. So the percent yield is cell T26 divided by U26. So that is the total yield divided by share price. Um, that's projecting this across 52 weeks. So this number changes every week. And then this is the change in the share price. So the share price is changed by $1.68 divided by 53.10. It's actually only down 3.16%, whereas this one is down 10.98%, because this one is, let me see. So this has dropped $5.09 divided by the original share price of 46.35. That is an 11% drop. So that's probably as close as we're going to get, but no cigar, as they say. Continue beating QDTE. What am I doing wrong? Continued beating. Yeah, it is what it is. Still cannot find your podcast on iOS. On iOS. Also, when using it's Brewing Great Returns. It's the Brewing Great Returns channel. Also, when using adjusted returns on TradingView, I still see QQQY. I will try to go look at TradingView. I need some more sites that can give me total return better than Seeking Alpha, since a lot of you aren't happy with Seeking Alpha. But anyway, that is officially going to end this video. Tune in tomorrow for Dave Massa. It's probably going to be 6 p.m., maybe 5 p.m. If not, submit a question, ask it in advance, like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, a $50 super chat always gets you to the front of the line. Now, if the super chat's only $49.99, then it won't. But if it's 50 and above, of course, you get to the front of the line. That's a joke, of course. I know some of you try to take that snippet and say, look, coach is just a grifter. Coach is just asking for money. No, that's a joke. Other channels do that, but not here. But if you want to, I'm not going to dissuade you. Anyway, All right, you all. That's it for now. We will see you all tomorrow. Good night. Ciao, ciao. Bye. And see you tomorrow.